2, 1, bang.
I don't know what you were thinking. 24 is going to be hell.
What's going on, guys and gals? How the heck are y'all today, man? It rained most of the day Saturday night, and most of the day yesterday. So it's been it's pretty wet here. So I need to work today, but everything is really wet, and I do these foam pedestals, and so they're off, and you got to like pull off in the ditches and stuff, in a lot of places. So I don't want to rut people's ditches and stuff up, and then then I'm out there fixing it. Can't afford that, so it's a little cheaper for me to sit around for a couple more hours as the sun dries some things out. So got to looking around, and was actually watching some Timcast, and he showed about this bill that the Daily Mail was talking about, apparently in Texas. So I wanted to bring this up. I'll put the link down below so y'all can go look at it yourselves. And I want to post a picture up too, in here, and show you what I'm talking about here. National Guard would be able to use force against armed migrants entering the U.S. under new bill from Navy SEAL veteran Republican Congressman. House Republicans are pushing a bill that would authorize the National Guard to use lethal force against individuals with weapons crossing from Mexico into the U.S. The Defend Our Borders from Armed Invaders Act was introduced by Republican Representative Morgan Luttrell of Texas, a former Navy SEAL who served in the Navy for 14 years. In the last year, there have been multiple instances of migrants crossing into the U.S. carrying weapons, with some brandishing rifles like the AR-15. And as the Biden administration and Texas Governor Abbott clash over border security policies, this bill, Luttrell claims, will enable the National Guard to better protect us, to protect the U.S. by using any means necessary to stop armed migrants. We are seeing violent crime continually escalate at the border and flow into our communities, as President Biden's policies have created an untenable national security crisis, Luttrell told DailyMail.com in a statement. This legislation is a step in the right direction to rein in this crime by providing the National Guard the power to stop these armed individuals from crossing into the United States by any means necessary. Really funny that apparently we don't have that already. So the bill allows National Guardsmen to take such actions as may be necessary to repel persons attempting to enter the United States from Mexico who are carrying the weapons, and for other purposes, according to a copy of the text shared with Daily Mail. In August, Texas Rangers drone operators in Eagle Pass, Texas, observed a male with a presumed AR rifle guiding a group of illegal immigrants across the Rio Grande. The unidentified male made it back to Mexico. Another group of migrants were also spotted in August carrying rifles across the border into the U.S., according to a Fox News report. The only individual one individual wearing military body armor. Wow. So anyway, let me show y'all a few pictures here real quick. Okay, the border crisis has become so pronounced that a group of former FBI and Homeland Security officials sent a letter to congressional leaders in January warning them that a terrorist attack on the U.S. is imminent after military-age foreigners have streamed across the porous U.S.-Mexico border. The letter was sent January 17th to leadership in the Senate and House, warning members about the dangers represented by the influx of the young single adult males from hostile nations. Their background, intent, or allegiance is completely unknown, the former law enforcement officials state. The letter was signed by former Terrorist Screening Center Director Tom Healy, former FBI Assistant Directors Kevin Brock and Chris Swecker, former Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Mark Morgan, and 6 other officials. So, you know, and it just goes to show there with that leader, with this letter to the leaders in Congress, they just showed us how they feel about any of this.
They don't give a shit.
Because, you know, in this new border bill, they've trying to give billions of dollars to Ukraine's and Israel's and all that. You know, it just goes to show that they don't give a shit, because they, you know, the little bit of money that they're trying to give to the border, it ain't got nothing to do with securing the border. All it does is they want to try to put more agents and such down there so they can just help them on along across, you know, these people that are coming across the border. So anyway, guys and gals, just be aware, man. I'm telling you, y'all keep your heads on a swivel when you're out in public, especially if you live in some of these big states where a lot of these illegals have been going. I've been seeing a lot of stuff with knife wielding, machete wielding people coming at folks and stuff. We had them other ones just beat up some cops and in New York, and then the Alvin Bragg went over there and turned around and let him go. And guess what? He was questioned about it, and he said, well, there wasn't enough evidence. They beat the piss out of these cops, jumped on these cops. The cops caught them, and there ain't enough evidence. So understand the corruption that's going on. Understand where we as Americans stand. Anyway, keep your head on a swivel. Do what you want in your own state. All I'm telling you is, I don't care where I live. I don't care where I lived in this country. I would be armed at all times. It's a matter of life and death. I would much rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. At least you still have a voice at that point. Anyway, I'm not telling anybody to do anything illegal and all that stuff. I'm just telling you what I would do. So anyway, guys and gals, just like I said, keep your head on a swivel, and remember, when you prepare your mind properly, things will fall into place. Backwoods out.